Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we continued our training as a marauder by helping defeat a beastie out in western Lenosia. And then we smashed a giant boulder, as well as got more of our hunting log done. Today it is time to continue on with our next rogue quest, level 15. Go ahead and let me in, Lone Word, and we'll see what Jack has for a job for us. Hello there, Jack. Jack wishes to bring you in on a tricky assignment. Satora, just some more I was hoping to see. We have some nasty trouble brewing. The client's on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. I'm calling Underfoot into the stray in on this as well. It'll be a right little rogue family reunion. Ooh, big mission then. Jack, the client's arrived. Our guest here has come from Maelstrom Command with confidential orders direct from the Admiral herself, so you know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid your guildmaster speaks truly. 'Twas several days ago when an emaciated man stumbled into one of our camps seeking aid. Upon questioning the poor fellow, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. He claimed that pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on a black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale and found the village almost completely destroyed. 'Twas a meager settlement without so much as a guardhouse, thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You'd think these pirates had never even heard of the code. Pillaging honest culls and dipping their wicks in the slave trade, they're headed the right way for a good stabbing. Aye, though it ain't set down in so many woods, the code's notoriously unforgiving against those who raise weapons against the weak. After all, the first pirates in these parts were culls what was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history and you risk becoming what it was you hated most. So, you have a mark for us then? That we do. From the descriptions given to us by the escaped villager, we've determined that these lawbreakers are members of the Jolly Merchants, a pirate crew in possession of an unofficial privateering license. It would appear, however, that privateering has been naught but a screen behind which to hide their illicit activities. One can only imagine how many other Lamentin citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let it happen right under our very noses. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this it's one of those words. Ignominy? But merely tracking down those poor souls who have already been sold is proving heavily taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the problem, but that runs the risk of drawing the small folks' attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rogues Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the Jolly Merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and that you do so with the utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coves will feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy but a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. Alright, let's get to work. I'll be going after the Jolly Merchants myself. Underfoot, Vakebe, you two lend your skills to the Maelstrom's investigation and see what you can whittle about the culls would have already been sold. Satora, you're coming with me. I think you're ready for the next step of your education. Ah, we got a rough one then. Oh dear. Time to take down some slave traders. Shall we get after those slave and cutthroats then? Our client tells me that the Jolly Merchantmen set sail from Aleport a few bells ago. Oh, hi, they might even board an Imperial ship or two, but that's just some mummery they're putting on to amuse the Admiral's swads. I reckon the rest of the crew'd be back on land looking to snap the shackles of a fresh herd of chattel. And just to prove me theory right, one of them jolly bastards got himself self-spotted creeping about the Ruffmans in Lower Lenosia. There's a Bene Cove over the Morbi dry docks by the name of Swarsins what'll likely know the full story. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes keen for the guild. Head over and have yourself a prattle and I'll join you soon like. Alright, we gotta head over to the dry docks. Oh god. Just what I need. Either lots of walking or Spending money. I'm probably gonna take the chocobo for this one. Either way, I will meet you over at the dry docks. Alright, made it to Moribi Dry Docks, heading up over here by where the ship's being built. Looks like we're looking for you just up the stairs. Hello, Swarsund. I need news and info. I know what you are. What can old Swarsund do for you? Hunting down jolly merchant slavers. Well that explains a few things. I was keeping an eye on the bustle about the dry docks, you see, when I spied an odd trio off in the distance. This rough-looking sod, one of your pirates I'd wager, was prodding along another bloke and this poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the two being herded. Last I saw, they were headed south. If what you're saying about this slavery business is true, then that jolly merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to the market. No, he likely has a boat waiting for him. And if I were a slaver headed south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the salt strand. That doesn't leave you much time. You said Jack was on his way, yes? You'd best go on ahead and I'll point him in the right direction when he gets here. Alright, we do not have a lot of time. Gotta get down to the salt strand. Thankfully that's not too far from here, but... Is that light okay? It just flickered a bit. I think fastest way would be to head up the stairs here, out the west exit, and then right down the path to the salt strand. Hopefully Jack gets here soon, so we'll have backup. Alright, just over the hill, and then down to the salt strand. Let's see, can we spot them from here? Don't have a good visual on any boats, but we're probably just too far away. Let's see, where would they be? Swarsund came through for us, eh? Now, what do we got here? This one looks like a charmer. Sodden move, I told you. Me peg like grandma obbles quicker than you miserable sacks of shite. Or maybe you need another thrashing, is that it? You already forgot what happens when you try me generous patience? I'm sorry, please, no more beatings. We walked as fast as we could, but we need food, water. Then get in the boat and shut your traps. You'll get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me or just plain daft? I told you to keep your bleeding mouth shut. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Leviathan Scaliar, she's weeping again. Listen, we're headed to Aleport, alright? That's where me and me shipmates gather to take stock of the merchandise and decide what gets sold where. You see, some buyers want only lads, while others is looking for lasses. As long as we keep these rich bastards happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the jolly merchantman, sailed off to God's nowhere, and Limsa will be a distant memory. So if I was you, I'd fill that empty belly with one last big gobful of sweet Lenosian sea breeze. Yeah! I'm sore tempted to put a blade twixt his eyes here and now, but that won't get the job done. No, we'll let him guide us to his mates in Aleport, then we'll mill the whole bloody lot of them. The jolly merchants will get their due, don't you worry about that. They've gone. We'd best hurry to Aleport. Unless you have a quicker way, there's a ferry what leaves from Candlekeep Quay. I'll meet you across the water, lass. Alright, let's go see how much that ferry costs. Probably like 40 gil, which ain't great at all, but let's go see. If it's more than 30 gil, I'm gonna have to head back to Limsa and take the chocobo. How much is it? Aleport is... screw it. I can always just walk around when needed. Alright, Jack, I arrive. Satora, that jolly merchant cove still with his captives. Seem they've taken a room under an alias. Hiding their operation in plain sight. Bold as brass, aye, but it's an old slaver's trick. See, even if some coal recognizes the merchandise, only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles all innocent-like while their mate is marched off to cry cockles. And you can bet they've threatened bloody murder for any prisoner what raises a hue and cry. Patience now, lass. We'll just wait until we're sure that all these blackguards have arrived. Meanwhile, you'd better sharpen your stabbers. We have a busy night ahead of us. Alright, let's do it. Ready for the job then? Once the jelly merchants are all here, we'll ambush the sods and set their captives free. Let's free some people. That ought to be long enough. We'll just have to hope there ain't any stragglers. Listen closely now, lass. The merchants are disguised as plain old venturers and have settled themselves in 3 separate rooms here in Aleport. How do we whittle which coves are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the daddles of that bingo swilling cull over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves, the exact same type with that nasty sod of the Salt Strand hat on. That'll be how they find each other in a crowd. Of course, it's also how I whittled where each of the bastards was staying. Just snilch the hopeless glaze of the company they keep and you can be sure you found your mark. So here's the job all laid out for you. We hit all 3 common rooms, mill the merchants quick and dirty like, and get those captives their bleeding lives back. Alright? Oi, the storeroom door's been forced open. Some thieving sod's put out the ale. Well, they can't have gotten far. Better get the lads and do a sweep of the port. Oh, was that Merchant Cove gulping pilfered ale? You'd think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to themselves, all things considered. Bloody oafs. And now we've got a swarm of yellow jackets buzzing about looking for blood. If they spot us wandering around in the dark winds, I have a feeling they'll axe first and ask questions later. It'd be best then if the patrols never even knew we was here. We'll slip as sneaky as we can into each of the common rooms and use them telltale lavender gloves to identify our marks. There's innocent coals in there as well, mind, so let's try not to stab any as don't deserve it, eh? I'm thinking we should head out one at a time to better avoid them yellow jackets, so I'll let you take the lead. After you, Satora. Alright, crap, we got guards snooping about, so we're gonna have to stealth. Thankfully, hide means we can just walk right in front of them and they won't notice a thing. Unfortunately, also means we're going slow, so let's go ahead and sprint to pick up the pace. And we were looking for these rooms. Let's see, lavender gloves. Lavender gloves. Nothing here. Alright, how about over here? Is there a room back here? No. I think I actually did walk, yeah, I walked past a room over here. And what do we got? We got lavender gloves and a captive. You're sleeping and you don't have gloves. Okay, so just one person to free and one target. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Alright, next time, stab first, free later. Alright, you are very welcome. You get out of here safely. And I'm gonna go back into hiding and make my way on to free the next. Okay, so there was no one in there. So let's try heading a little further up the path. Alright, how about this room here? Anyone in here need help? Don't see any lavender gloves. Maybe back here? Nothing. Okay. This room is clear. Nobody even notices the door opening and closing. Okay, we're pretty far from most of the yellow jackets. Looks like there's no one up here. I'm gonna try this room again on a hunch. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So you didn't even spawn in until we took care of the other ones. Good to know. In that case... No, I will not take this outside guard. This man's a slaver and needs to die. There we go. Let's get you out of here. Alright, now you get yourself to safety. And then in that case, since they're not spawning in until we free them in order, we're going to try that other empty room again. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. That is a little bit weird. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright then. Time for you to die. Alright, and these are the two who we saw being taken on the boat. Let's get you out of here. Alright, that should be everyone. Hey, Jack! Yeah, I didn't need your help. You never showed up. Alright, let's go back into hiding and get out of here. Oh, never mind. We got other slavers coming in. Apparently they're not too happy. Of course they're not too happy with us. Hey, you could... Hey guards, you can help us instead of cheering on the fighting? Oh, these guards are worthless. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh dear, there are a lot of them. Got an achievement for killing plenty of enemies. That's nice, thank you. And we're clear. Alright, Jack, we did it! Not a bad night's work, eh, Satora? The maelstrom will be taking care of them poor culls we freed, and I've made sure none of the merchants we downed are like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantman, well, her crew can expect a visit from the Admiral's finest galleys, and it won't be for tea and crumpets on the poop deck. Right, Mindaddy lass, our part in this is done. Time to head back to the sisters. Excuse me, are you the ones who freed us? Aye, was there something else we could do for you, miss? The Maelstrom squads will take you home if that's what you're worried about. Oh, no, I know. I just wanted to thank you. If I may, there was one other thing I wish to tell you. Moments before you rescued me, that dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups. It was something about another raiding party that hadn't made it back yet. I beg your pardon? It seems they've been hunting for slaves in western Lenosia, and being so close to Aleport, our captor assumed they were out rounding up chattel to the last bell. I just couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering as I have. Please, is there naught you can do? There certainly is, miss. You just get yourself safely home and leave this stray pack of jackals to us. I'll pray for your success. Thank you again. No, thank you so much for bringing us that info. Holy crap. Heh, so much for savoring a victory pint. I'll send word of this development to the Underfoot and Lestray. We have some well-earned trade for the last of these jolly merchants. By the by, how's your throwing arm, Satora? I think it's time I learned you how to fling a proper blade. When you're out in the wide-open roughlands, you often find the need to sting a cove from a distance. And I'm sure canny lass like yourself will figure out all sorts of uses for a well-thrown dagger. Just keep it in mind for when we hunt down the rest of them slavers. Alright, and we get Throwing Dagger. Lets us throw our weapon. It's effectively a ranged attack, just like the one we got for Marauder the other day. Range of 20 alms, GCD, delivers a ranged attack with a potency of 120. Alright, let me get that set up on my hotbar. And then I am so sorry for this, Jack, but before we help you out with this, and obviously we're going to help with this, we're in Western Lenosia and I'm poor as hell. And that's where most of our hunting log is. All of our hunting log, in fact, is Western and Upper Lenosia. So we're going to take care of that real quick and then take care of the second level 15 quest. Alright, so heading out here, we've got puck hatchlings we need to fight. Throwing Dagger is really nice for getting that initial strike in as you're running towards the enemy. Or running away from them if you're trying to flee, I suppose. Alright, we good on puck hatchlings? Yes. Alright, next up we have Rothlet Pelicans, Killer Mantises, and Hedge Moles. Hedge Moles are closest, so we'll take care of those first. Oh! We only needed to fight one. Okay, perfect. No, I didn't mean to fight you. I meant to throw the dagger at the other one that was chasing me. Oh well. They'll lose interest soon enough. Alright, Pelicans! Let's go ahead and deal with you. Okay, that hedge mole still hasn't given up? It is dedicated to... Oh, there we go. It is no longer dedicated to the pursuit. And we get Trick Attack! Ooh, I'm gonna need to get that set up because that is a really good ability. Or at least it was. I think the patches recently actually changed how Trick Attack works. I think that was 6.1 that changed it. Trick Attack, let's see. Alright, we also picked up all fours, reduces damage while falling. At level 20, we'll have increased movement speed. Alright, Trick Attack delivers an attack with a potency of 300, recast of 60 seconds, 400 potency when executed from a target's rear, increases damage you deal by 10%, can only be executed when under the effect of Hidden. I think we want to put it there. I might move that around later. But we'll do Hidden, and then we can do that as an opening strike, especially if we go from behind. Alright, let's try it out on this Killer Mantis over here. 400 potency, increased damage by 10%. Very good opening attack. But that 1 second cooldown, or sorry, 1 minute cooldown's gonna stop us from abusing it right here. Unfortunate. Alright, killer mantises are done. I think we still have maybe one more Rothlet Pelican. Yeah, one more Rothlet Pelican, then we're heading up to Upper Lenosia for wolves and bumble beetles. And that'll finish off what we're here to do. Alright, we are close enough to getting another trick attack that it might be worth using that as our opener. Instead of using Throwing Dagger. It got a whole maybe 2 battles of being used as our opener before we discarded it. Amazing. Yeah, seriously, trick attack. Very, very, very good attack. Alright, no need to fight that other pelican. We just gotta get up to Upper Lenosia, fight some wolves and some bumble beetles, and then we can go assist our good friend Jack. Alright, let's see. We got plenty of enemies to fight. You're not even paying attention, so trick attack will be easy. Alright, next up we got wolves hanging about. Still not done with the beetles, but I'm just going for what's closest. Alright, another beetle over this way. And a wolf has joined the party. Fantastic. Everyone just wants in on the fun. Alright, level 19, nice! Completed the bumble beetles. And this should be our last wolf we need to fight. Perfect, alright, let's get back to Jack. And that almost bumps us up to level 20. I think the next quest will do it. How are we doing on equipment, by the way? Nothing new to equip. Fair enough. I've considered it. I think I'm gonna leave them to it. They look like they're doing fine. And we have far more important things to be doing right now. Alright, Jack, I have arrived. I'm sorry about the delay, but I needed to get a little bit of quick training in. Jack is determined to track down the remnants of the Jolly Merchants. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get Mug. Oh, fantastic. Those last few Jolly Merchant bastards must be camped out somewhere in western Lenosia. Now, if I was a black-blooded, gill-grubbing slaver, where would I be hiding? There's not to the west but the Sahagin pools. Even those bollocks for brains pirates know better than to trespass on fishback territory. And they won't want a chance to run into patrols near Aleport, so that just leaves us east. The flock? Aye, they'll likely be nestled down in the ruins out there amongst the dodos. That's where we'll try to pick up their trail. You head on over and snilch the place while I send word to the sisters in the maelstrom. Sounds good. Heading off to the flock. We did run into pirates there not too long ago for some of our hunting log for, I think it was Marauder. So that would have been them then. Wish I had known they were just straight up slavers. I would have murdered all of them, gone way beyond the hunting log requirements. Alright, let's hike on up there. No Aurochs this time. The Aurochs have loved hanging out in this area the last few times we've been through. Good to see they're taking a break from their rampaging. I wonder what mount that is that someone was just flying past on. Alright. Right up where I remember them being. Perfect. Oh god. Hi there! No, we're not doing this. Back off. I have more important things to do, like saving what is apparently children. Oh dear. I should have come in stealthy with hide. Oops. Alright, let's see if we can get them out of here before anyone else notices. Hide behind the wall where they can't see us. Thank you for freeing us. We've been tied up here since those awful pirates snatched us from our beds. Those are some interesting looking dodos you've got there, Satora. No sign of the merchants though, eh? I mean, there were a few of them. I'm hiding behind the wall. They're on the other side. Their leader mentioned heading over to Aleport. He said something about there being no signal, and that was a signal that something was wrong. They just left us hobbled here like lambs for the market. One of them japed about keeping the meat unsullied in case there was trouble. Pray let us flee this place before they return. And who are you to just sidle in and set loose our hard-won prizes, hmm? What's the damnedest thing? We had half a crew lodging in Aleport, and not one of them survived the night. Done in by a couple of sneaky curs what favor the short blades, they say. I'm supposing that was you two. Seems you have a bone to pick with our choice of trade. I can't say I've as much use for slavers, except as a place to bury 'em in knives. Oh, and I wouldn't bother yourself with waiting on your ship to come back neither. The jolly merchants are done for. Hee you might have the right of it, lad. But then you wouldn't know how the kind of coin 3 healthy slaves like them ones will bring us. I'll have a new ship and a new crew before a single moon has passed. You hear that, chattel? Your youth worth a shining bloody fortune, and you've me to thank for helping you learn your true worth. Ignore this bleating sod. In fact, why don't you step back a ways? These coves are about to learn the consequences of breaking the code, and the discussion is like to get messy. Did you not think we'd come for you? You can try and stifle your victims' screams in the darkmans, but the shadows are always listening. Alright then, let's take care of the jolly merchants. Finally be rid of them. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna focus on you first, since you're not the leader, so you're likely to go down much easier. Cut down their ability to do damage to us, and we'll be able to fight through much easier. Oh good, they have backup. And they brought dodos? Okay, lovely. I feel like I should probably prioritize the dodos because I know they have a poison gland to worry about. Alright, Jack is recommending we actually use Throwing Dagger to take care of the dodos, but yeah, honestly, that should be fine. That should help at least keep us away from their bites and pick them off before they even get close. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, there's a lot of them. I really wish I had an AoE attack right about now. Are you hanging in there, Jack? We're getting kind of brutalized here. They definitely came prepared for revenge. Oh, Jack's taking a bit of a beating. Alright, we got Bloodbath back up. More of these goddamn dodos. Alright, is that the last of them? Are we free? Yo, look who showed up a little too late for the fight. You just missed the pirates. Thank you. I shudder to think what horrid fate awaited us had you not helped us to escape. I knew someone would come. You're just like the heroes in the stories. They always arrive at the perfect time and triumph over the villains. Do you think I could be a hero like you? I know I could be brave and strong too. I just know it. You don't want to be like me, lad. Listen now, me and those coves there, we're the ones what the scary folk are afraid of, and that's because we keep the rules for the world they live in. We don't much care if you shirk your chores or get into fights, but if you ever break the code and betray your mates, then that's when we'll come after you, no matter how far you run or how well you hide. Live your life like the hero you want to be though, and you'll never need worry about that. Aye, you two can stubble it and all. I assume you are the citizens who were abducted by the Jolly Merchants? I am Captain Malala of the Yellow Jackets. Maelstrom Command has entrusted me with conducting you to safety. It's alright, lad. These folks will take care of you. Go on, you'd best not get left behind. Was there aught else, Captain? Word on a new job? A job? From me? For you? How patently absurd. Why, I'd rather hire a sewer rat to mind my larder. Yikes. Was it during one of your jobs that you turned Aleport into a slaughterhouse? What dark age is this that we must employ assassins to enforce the law? It is this continued dalliance with underworld miscreants such as you that prevents Limbs and Ominta from ever fully expunging the stain of piratical infection. Look at these weapons you bear. A civilized person uses such implements to carve meat or peel fruit, and leaves them at the table where they belong. Do you perhaps clench them twixt your teeth as you swing over rails like the pirates you hunt? Our fair city has no place for those who refuse to abandon the brutish ways of the past. The only champions of justice this nation requires are the valiant and forthright soldiers of the Yellow Jackets. Jack, what the bloody hells does this cull want with us? I've not the foggiest idea, love. Just smile and nod. I've not come here to be patronized. I've come to put a decisive end to piracy in all its forms. Consider this visit a gauntlet thrown at the collective feet of the Rogues Guild. Heed well my words. Just before dawn this very morn, a maelstrom vessel stocked with provisions was boarded and looted by pirates. Much of the cargo was stolen, and that is vexing indeed, but it is the theft of 3 items in particular, 3 unique treasures of nigh incalculable worth, that most distress my martial colleagues. As for the brigands, they made well their escape, disappearing into the dawn's mist along with their precious plunder. A rum tale? What's it to do with us? I challenge you, a contest to reclaim these stolen treasures. Should my Yellow Jackets and I succeed in retrieving the greater share, I shall formally propose the abolition of the Rogues Guild. Upon review of our achievements, the Admiral will surely concede that your unscrupulous institution has outlived its usefulness. Blow it out, your waddle. I've better ways to spend me time. Oh, do you now? This incident constitutes a theft against the nation of Limsa. Does that not violate your beloved code? If I'm not mistaken, you've no choice but to rise to the occasion. Unless, of course, you mean to slink back into your hole and abandon the fundamental precepts of your duty. Alright, you screeching shrew. You've made your bloody point. And you'll be sorry that you did, I promise you that. Your paltry promises amount to naught in the face of my conviction. I shall not rest until Limsa is free of every last buccaneer, scoundrel, and shadow-dwelling ne'er-do-well. What now, Jack? For right now, we head back to the sisters. Well, this is far from ideal. I would very much like for the Rogues Guild not to get shut down because they actually are doing good work to try and deal with the asshole pirates who decide to break the rules and terrorize their fellow man. Alright, let's head back to the guild and speak with Jack about what we're gonna do about this. Obviously, we're going to be helping to get the treasures back. But I do not like that challenge attached to it. It's so scummy and slimy. Alright, Jack, what are we gonna do? For a wee lass, that Malala's got some bollocks, and it seems she's well done with what whiffs and pirate stock. I don't take kindly to Cole's pulling me strings, but the shrew's right. The code's been broken and we've a job to do. From the sounds of it, though, them coves knew what they were about when they cloyed them treasures. I'll need you at your best. It's time you learn the art of mugging. Rough up a Cole in just the right way and he'll give up more than what you'd get if you just plain knocked him on his arse. Me and the lads will be busy whittling the story on them bitten baubles, so you're free to head out and sharpen your skill. Might even be as you'll pocket some extra blunt while you're at it, eh? Alright then, let's see. What loot do we want to grab? Looks like we're not getting money. 2 item levels. 4 item levels. 4 and 3. So one of these two then. Let's go with the gloves. Alright, and we learned to mug. Why? Why does everything always have to happen at once? Alright, let's toss on our new gear. And check out that new action, Mug. Delivers an attack with a potency of 150 with a recast time of 2 minutes, increases target's damage taken by 5%. Duration of 20 seconds. It increases the chance of additional items being dropped by target if mug is dealt before or as the finishing blow. So it's a very nice ability. It is another ability like Trick Attack, which increases the damage that the enemy takes, except Trick Attack only increases the damage we do to them. Mug increases the damage everyone does to them, so that's fantastic. Also, as mentioned, increases the likelihood of dropping good items. And with that, we are done with ROG 15. There is nothing else for us to work on for the time being, other than getting ourselves more prepared for the battles ahead. So then, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, it is time once again for a Sunday episode. And that means we're going to be doing leave quests again, because I don't believe there are too many side quests around here that we can take care of at the moment. There is this one, good for what ails you. We're not going to do that one yet because there's only the one quest. There's like 1 or 2 quests here or there. Not enough to dedicate an entire episode to just side quests, so we're going to hold off on that. So what we will be doing instead is we're going to be doing leave quests. And I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to do this yet. I'll figure it out between episodes, or even probably in the middle of the next episode. But I have a list of all the leave quests up to level 15? No, up to level 10 that we can do right now. I'm going to save the level 15 leave quests for later. But I have a list of all the combat leave quests we can do up to level 10. So I think we're going to start working through that. Try and get all the combat leave quests done. See how long that takes. And see how much money we get out of it. Because, oh my god, we are poor. I will see everyone next time as we try to rebuild our cash reserves. I'll see everyone next time for that.